I lost 25 pounds in 60 days simply because I understand what actually works. You might have good genetics, you might not be a lazy fuck, but what's wrecking your progress is overthinking everything and sadly getting overwhelmed with bullshit misinformation. I've helped so many people over the last years get in the best shape of their lives. In shape these wankers never thought was possible for them. All through giving them simple, science-backed advice that actually works. So in this video, I'm going to give you this simple step-by-step plan I used to lose 25 pounds in 60 days. And by the end of this, you're going to get so lean that new random women start following you on Instagram. They might be bots, but still, you can show your friends, look, girls following me. Now this is Angus Barbieri. He fasted for 382 days and lost 275 pounds. He ate no solid food, just water, coffee, and vitamins. And he kept his usual lifestyle, which is walking around, working, blah, blah, blah. But since he stopped eating, which was his main source of calories, energy, he needed to get that energy from somewhere to keep doing everything he was doing. So his brain realizes, okay, Angus stopped being a fat ass now. We need to get our energy from somewhere within the body because there's no more Big Macs coming in anymore. So the brain thinks we can't go to the nervous system for calories because it needs that to run the whole body. And it won't go to the muscular system because that's not efficient. But then it goes over to his body fat and it sees it there just laying there, hanging there and doing nothing. So his body takes the calories from his stored body fat. So his body fat now is going to fill up whatever deficit he created, and eventually, after weeks and weeks and weeks of doing that, his body fat started to disappear. And that's how a calorie deficit works. Simply eat 500 calories below your maintenance. And if you're thinking, is this retard going to tell me what my maintenance calories are? Yes, I am. I put a simple formula and all the further steps I'm going to be talking about in a guide for you. But in short, take your weight in pounds and multiply it by your activity level. For example, you're 180 pounds and you're moderately active. You need around 2,700 calories to just maintain your weight. And then you just minus 500 to create that deficit for you, so you lose 1 pound a week. Now, losing fat doesn't mean you need to track everything, weigh everything. I can't fucking do that, man. We can't do that. And I hate when people say you need to live like that. How about you weigh my balls instead? Now, here's a better way. When I was younger, I was broke as fuck. I downloaded this money tracking app and I tracked every penny I spent. I started changing my car's oil by myself to save money, cutting my own hair. And by the end of it all, I was exhausted, frustrated, miserable, burnt out, ugly, with high blood pressure. But I did learn as I was tracking that every time I went out with this one friend, it would be me paying. Why? I'm not his puppy. He's not giving me his feet. And I also saw I was getting charged a couple of subscriptions I wasn't even using. Knowing where I spent my money was more than enough to keep me from being broke. And when it comes to losing fat, we need to use the exact same approach, knowing where you're spending. You don't need to track your calories exactly. Oh, I ate 43 grains of rice and one skinny fat chicken leg. No, man. No. As long as you know where you're spending and most importantly, what 100 calories looks like, you can easily manage your budget. It's like going to the supermarket. You already know what the costs of your water is, your chocolates, your chicken. So you know you'll need around $100 for it all. You don't have to write every single thing down. So the first way of starting to know what 100 calories looks like is by being able to read basic food labels. Now take this box of Oreos, for example. So this tells us one serving is 3 cookies. And the calories of these 3 cookies is 160. Jesus Christ, man. The first thing I'm doing when I die is I'm going to ask God, why? And say you go to a restaurant, just tell ChatGPT, yo, this is what I'm eating today. It's the weekend. I had a long day. Don't fucking judge me. You're just a robot. You can't understand what I feel and what I'm going through, okay? You don't know my story. Then you get a rough estimate, but it's good to have. And if you eat the same meals often, like chicken and rice, just weigh them for a week so you know actually what 100 grams of chicken actually looks like, or rice. Grab a good food scale, one from Amazon, place a bowl on top of it, hit 0 so the scale removes the weight from the bowl and shows 0. Then add your chicken, for example, check the weight, and then look up the calories. It's really easy to accidentally pile on 200 grams of rice and add hundreds of hitting calories you don't even want. And as you start doing this, you'll get shocked. You'll be learning how many calories were just slipping in, keeping you fat. You'll be angry, but you'll also be happy because this is wonderful. Once you identify those culprits, fat loss gets faster and easier. Now, most people think that in order for them to lose fat, they're going to be miserable and hungry and hating it. This is simply not true, and only the case if you're eating the wrong foods. So about 8 years ago, a couple of my friends and I watched this health documentary on Netflix called What the Health, which brainwashed us into eating like vegans. My whole life, I eat some kind of animal every single meal. But after watching that, I tried being vegan, and it lasted 2 days. In those 2 days, I have never been hungrier in my entire life. Mainly because the vegan sources of food which I liked were low protein. But I just fucking hated it, man. I felt like a goat. And after those 2 days, I snapped and went into an uncontrollable rampage. I ate every fucking chicken, cow, dog, bird, cat, mouse, whatever came to me. Because I was so used to the protein, and protein keeps us full. I was trying to eat like someone I'm not. Fuck. Beans for dinner? Beans? It's like taking a dog and giving him cat food. Now, if you want to lose fat fast, you need to use the foods you love to accelerate your weight loss. Now, we know that protein fills us up, but fiber does as well. And based on these two, we're going to make your own meal plan. So let's take a look at these options and imagine you like broccoli. Fuck no. I'd rather cut my grandma's toenails than eat broccoli. Okay, green peas, sweet potato, chickpeas, oats, and whole wheat spaghetti. So we copy paste these into a note. Then we move on to the protein. And say you choose chicken breast, turkey breast. As you can see, I love breasts. Eggs and tuna. You copy that into the list as well. Then we also choose some volume foods because these guys are low calorie and they keep us full, man. So if you like any of these, whoo, you have struck gold, my friend. It's like when you see a really sexy woman and with a guy, he struck gold. Then we copy paste this prompt, which is in the guide. Now, some of these might be weird, but you'll get some good options, man. So instead of spending your energy dime on a treadmill, spend it on this, man. Try one of these meals. You'll find something you love that will easily keep you in a deficit versus dying on the treadmill or doing endless cardio. It's like swimming upstream against the current when you could just turn around, change direction, and let the river carry you, my friend. Spending your energy on this out of everything might be the best thing you actually do for your weight loss. Copy paste a few of these ideas and have fun, man. If you're married or in a long-term relationship, this is the next best thing you can do to feel something new. To feel life and excitement again. I'm kidding, man. It's just that no one loves me. You do though, right? Now, if you eat like that, the weight's gonna come off fast, man. But after losing weight, you want to avoid ending up soft, skinny fat and being called adorable by the ladies because we want to be tough. Not adorable. You need to do two things. These are the two things that the wanker on the left was doing that the wanker on the right wasn't. Now this left guy, he had no car and he was insecure as fuck. So he lifted weights like an animal to compromise for those insecurities. And since he had no car, he was just walking around everywhere. So feet was his mode of transportation and pleasure. Now this wanker, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So he's no longer that insecure and he stopped lifting weights. He's also driving now like a big shot. So feet is no longer his mode of transport, but it is still his primary source of pleasure. So if you want to get lean when losing weight, you need to lift weights and walk. Not only is muscle an indicator of longevity and health and getting the ladies, but your metabolism is also a tiny bit faster when you have more muscle. And there are countless studies showing when there are two groups that are in the exact same calorie deficit, the group that was walking while still being in the same deficit lost more fat. So whatever it is your step count is, you need to get that shit up, my friend. Slap on 2,500 steps every month on top of your current count. Stop driving around, stop being online, everything online, and start moving outside. Experience life. Meet your friends in the mall and walk around. Run errands together. Use a treadmill if you need to. And this is so effective because for every 2,000 steps you do, you're burning 100 calories. But the best part is walking isn't going to make you feel hungry like an intense cardio session might. And you don't even need to recover from it. If anything, it helps you recover physically and mentally, if anything. Plus, on these walks, you'll remember the most savage comebacks you should have dropped 3 years ago. I'm not ugly. You are ugly. These steps compound massively over time, and one day you're gonna look down and it's gone. Your belly fat, not your ding dong bell. And when it comes to lifting weights, I knew 10 times more when I was skinny fat versus in the best shape of my life. Because when I was in great shape, I just did what I liked and I didn't complicate things. So since this video is about keeping things simple, here's all you need to know about lifting weights. Every week, just make sure you're getting in these fundamental movement patterns intensely. Work so hard that you need to check your underwear after lifting. So we have your pulling movements, pushing movements, overhead presses, your squats, hip hinges, curls, and extensions. The program I use on myself and the clients I transform, it's in the guide. But once you have the program ready, you want to train, not exercise. You want to progress. So on the first day, you write down the weights you're lifting. Then 2 to 3 weeks after lifting heavy, pushing your hardest, you have to increase the weights or the reps you're doing. Maybe instead of setting the lat pull down machine on 70, you do 75. Or keep it at 70 and do a few more reps. Because if you keep lifting the same weight, the same reps, it's like playing a video game and fighting the same boss over and over again. You're not leveling up. It's like when you're with your partner in the bedroom, you're doing the same thing again and again. Oh, it's wonderful, honey. Is it done? It doesn't have to be in a fancy spreadsheet. It could literally be down in your notes. Lat pull down 70, bicep curl 10 each. This little small action will define whether you end up in the category of people who don't look like they lift and those who do. Okay, awesome. So now we got you losing weight and building lean muscle at the same time, right? But there is one thing that defines whether you pull through on both of these or not. And this is unfortunately the most neglected step, but also one of the most important. So I did a quick spontaneous trip with a friend recently. I booked the tickets, the food, the trip. All I asked him to do was book our hotels. And this idiot accidentally booked us a room with just one big bed for the whole week. We couldn't get our money back, so we shared the bed. It was the worst experience of my life. This guy snores like a gorilla, man. I kept a stick next to him because every time he woke me up, I'd... The worst part is, this fucking idiot is farting in his sleep, man. I was supposed to be getting laid then, instead I'm sleeping beside this farting queen. My whole routine environment was destroyed because of this. When I called my family to talk to them for comfort, they asked me, what's with the attitude? I saw myself struggling to lift weights I lifted in the gym normally. And I ended up eating way more than I normally do. You see, when your sleep is shit, you are shit. Your hunger hormones go bananas. Leptin, the one that's supposed to keep you full, whoosh, it drops. And ghrelin, the little rascal that makes you feel hungry and crave things, whoop, goes up. So you won't feel this happening, but trust me, man, it's happening. I notice these things always. Every time I'm coaching someone and they're being shit, I ask them, how many hours did you sleep? 3 hours. Losing fat needs you to be ready, man. You can't be sleeping like shit. So here's exactly what we do. It's gonna sound strange, but you need to sleep cold, deaf, blind, and hungry. So when you sleep cold. It should feel just a little uncomfortable when you wake up. So you don't keep snoozing your alarms and laying there like a zombie and then feeling 100 times worse after. Trust me, as someone who struggled my whole life to get out of bed, this easily gets me out quick. And a cooler room drops your body temperature down and makes you sleepy naturally. So you and those demons in your head all fall asleep fast. You want to go to bed deaf. Wear earplugs if you're a light sleeper, so birds or your neighbor's midnight karaoke doesn't wake you up from your deep sleep. Because every time noise yanks you out of deep sleep, even if you don't fully wake up, your brain has to force itself and climb back down into those deeper stages. And those deeper stages are where all the magic happens. Hormone regulation, muscle recovery, and that I actually feel human again feeling. That's when it's been done. And go to bed blind, blackout curtains, a sleep mask. This means smoother, deeper recovery and a sharper mind for tomorrow. And lastly, go to bed hungry. Avoid eating the last 4 hours before sleeping, because then you might be burping, having heartburn, acid reflux, indigestion, and you feel like a planet when you feel full. But most importantly, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day so your body naturally locks into its rhythm. Then you're waking up on your own right before your alarm rings, feeling fresh, and you're feeling sleepy at the same time every night. As simple as it is, this is literally all you have to focus on doing to get fucking ripped, man. Drinking these detoxing green, ginger, lemon, honey, bubble, fubble, cappuccino. This is noise, man. Invest your energy only in what actually drives the results you're looking for. Now, obviously, none of this is going to work if you can't get yourself to be consistent, which is all our problem. And the truth is, it's extremely hard to be consistent at it all. I highly doubt that all of this can happen at 100% for a long period of time. But it doesn't mean you can't get results. You can get wonderful results. Think of this as a quiz you're doing every single day for the next 60 days. If you get a 0 out of 10 every day, you're fucked. But if you were to consistently get a 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, a 6 out of 10 sometimes, that's fucking awesome, man. You can get amazing results just like that. So on the days you're too busy to hit your steps, you nail everything else. Your workout, your sleep, your protein. That way, you're still getting a 7 out of 10. Last month, I fucked up my protein every single day of that month. But I was still on the horse and I kept pushing all the other steps, so I kept progressing. This is not about being perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And anyone who tells you that is a fraudulent liar, and we need to report them to the FBI as soon as possible. If you want to double your chances of being consistent, there is one more thing we can do. You need to make this as enjoyable and easy as possible. Buy the absolute best groceries, the nicest cuts of meats. Make your fridge feel like a 5-star fridge. So you go there and you're excited to eat the food at home. Join a nice gym, one you love, one that's close and convenient, has everything you need. One that makes you feel like a fucking boss when you enter it, with gym clothes that make you feel like a gangster. And when you're doing your steps, don't walk on these shady alleys. Find beautiful spaces to walk in. Hell, if you need to move your neighborhoods, then do that. Your environment is so important. And lastly, make your bedroom feel like what Batman's bedroom feels like. Invest in sheets that are comfortable, that make you feel like royalty, and turn your room into your personal heaven. So every night you sleep like a king, man. Do all this, and I'm confident you're gonna get it, man. I bet my life savings on you right now. And the sad reality is, if you walk into a gym, no one even looks like they lift anymore. So watch this next, because I break down exactly what I did to escape looking average in just 4 months.